walked into Honors English, we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. The fun began when Brocato told us we would be writing 6 extra essays per quarter. Writing can be a tricky business, as can cooking. Improving upon writing and baking a cake are quite similar. Ingredients are like the different lessons, and how you put those ingredients together is like your voice. Writing 6 extra essays per quarter seemed impossible, but just like baking, the more I worked, the easier it became. When we first came into high school, I wanted to immediately start writing amazing essays. But as with baking, it's also important to slow down and learn the basics before you tackle the larger projects. Yet it's also key to try new things along the way. As first quarter slowly progressed, I slowly began to experiment with writing. And through our entire freshman year, I have become a bold, confident, and practiced writer. My portfolio is the compilation of my hard work, frustration, creativity, and dedication. Through the entire year, I have learned to teach myself how to improve upon my strengths and work on my weaknesses, and have learned about many things such as informational writing. The same way that cake needs sugar and frosting to add unique sweetness and character, informational writing needs depth and meaning rather than simply bland plot and retelling of the story. One of my first informational essays I wrote was about the moon and the possibility of mining it for certain metals. The essay was barely 2 pages long and contained no citations, quotations, or even a works cited page. After I had written this, I knew how much work I needed to do on my informational writing abilities. As I researched and worked harder, I grew as an informational writer until I could successfully write an actual informational paper. Like with baking, before you're educated and practiced, cakes come out bland and dry instead of sweet and delicious. It's impossible to move forward until you've mastered the basics, which was one of the main obstacles I faced this year. Overcoming my insistent desire to always rush ahead helped me to move on as a creative thinker, learner, and student. Cooking and writing are more similar than people realize. Both require passion, hard work, last-minute panic, and minutes upon hours upon days of your time and dedication if you truly want to become a master. I wanted to be the best writer I could possibly be, and even though my writing started out sloppy and full of mistakes, it was possibly the most important part of my development as an honors English student. One of my first essays was entitled Seashells, and in this essay I used an enormous amount of details and descriptiveness, which have always been some of my strongest skills as a writer. When I realized I wasn't going to be able to scrape by on just these, and truly began to want to become a better writer, I was able to start the journey on my way to becoming a strong and able English student. One of the most important lessons I learned as an English student was the importance of nonconformity. When in a bakery, there could be 1,000 perfect vanilla cakes, but the one that will stand out the most is the single separate rainbow cake. No matter how perfectly frosted or baked the vanilla cakes are, they are indistinguishable from the cake to the right of them or to the left of them. The cake that will stand out and be purchased will be the single rainbow cake. A lesson that has formed in my mind over the year is to be the same as everyone else is to be unsuccessful. If I truly wanted to stand out as a writer, I would have to think outside the box. Realizing this helped me to develop into an artistic, original thinker. It's always important to have a plan, a goal, a recipe. Portfolios, like cakes, have their own unique recipes that are the result of us shaping them into the embodiment of everything we are as a student and writer. Step 1. Add a large scoop of start-of-the-year excitement. Mix with a heaping scoop of stress until it dissolves. Step 2. Add multiple family commitments, extracurricular activities, other classes, and a pinch of free time. Step 3. Pour in 2 generous portions of sleepless nights. Step 4. Mix in other demanding teachers and honors courses. Step 5. Sprinkle in some friends who you never see because all of your time is dedicated to writing essays. Step 6. Mix in several time-consuming books. Step 7. Slowly sprinkle in your efficiencies to deficiencies. Stir until it is completely mixed in. Step 8. Pour in a large amount of last-minute panic and stress. Step 9. Next, mix in several portfolio meetings in which Mr. Brocato constructively criticizes everything in your portfolio. Step 10. Add determination, dedication, pride, and frustration. Step 11. Next, place in as many essays as you can until you have completely run out of ideas. Step 12. Now, put in your blood, sweat, and tears, and after mixing this thoroughly, put in your heart and soul. Step 13. Add in your creative thinking, informational writing abilities, and your complete growth as an English student. Step 14. Put in a large amount of written notes, doodles, and unnecessary papers. The final step. Continue to grow as a writer, thinker, and student, and never forget the skills learned in Honors English 117. My portfolio is one of the most important aspects of my freshman year. Its pages and pockets hold everything there is to know about me as a student. How I think, learn, and create can all be found among the carefully typed ink. My portfolio is my perfectly baked cake. It has taken hours upon days upon months to complete, but everything inside of it has given me invaluable knowledge and has helped me not only to grow as a student, but also as a person. I have become a binder-lugging, resourceful student who can, in fact, write an informational paper. I have learned the basics and accepted the challenge of moving forward. My binder has become a perfect 3-layered cake. On the surface, it is just notes, homework, paper, and essays. A little deeper, though, is my hard work, dedication, and creativity. But at the sweet, delicious core of this masterpiece is priceless knowledge, wisdom, and lessons. It is everything I am put into paper.